welcome to the first ever podcast that has yet to be named. I am Joe, and I am joined by Adam, the atomic Adam, Tony, the translucent Triceratops, Brian, the athlete of some sort, and Poppin' Pat, the pumpkin philanthropist. And the goal of tonight's episode will be to see if we can navigate the nonsense that is our conversations and see if we can get something accomplished, like maybe creating a name. I'm going to hand it off to one of these fine gentlemen. Pat, what do you got? And there's Brian.
Well, what do I got? I don't know. There's a broad spectrum of topics that I'd like to cover, and this being the first episode, I think maybe it's best to put it out there that we are looking for a name. Pretty much this is all going to be nonsensical shenanigans. I'd like to pass it to Brian since I.
Interruption.
Yep, just I passed it to you.
I am in no way shape.
You're definitely in shape.
I am around. I'm not an athlete.
All right, well, I'm glad we got that cleared up.
Clear my conscience.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't say air,
God bless you, tiny lamb.
Yes.
because we could have made a gravity joke. But anyways, so, who has a suggestion for a name?
Garbage.
Oh no.
Oh, this is
What about I pitched earlier in the chat today in nonsense.
Or just nonsense today, or just something.
No, or nonsense today. That works out.
I
Just
think it should
because-
be Joe and the
nonsense today.
that's the kid.
I don't want kids to be anywhere in the name.
What about
Adam wants to eat that kid.
Hey,
what about yesterday's nonsense tomorrow with Joseph Von Dangle?
That's
Because
actually not
yesterday's
bad.
tomorrow is technically today.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with yesterday's nonsense. That's actually pretty cool.
that is
Yesterday's-
actually pretty cool.
Yesterday's tomorrow.
Yesterday's nonsense.
Joe, with Joe and
The Dangles.
Brian, did you just have a stroke?
But are you gonna be there to give me a mouth to mouth?
I
Uh,
will.
You
no.
know what? I'll slam dunk these lips right on your hoop.
Well, you don't get someone having a stroke mouth to mouth.
All right,
No,
team.
you take
Well,
them to the hospital.
Joe, get some drugs.
A
That's
quick little search in
That's
yesterday's
good.
nonsense podcast is not taken. After a quick
Damn.
little search. No, that's good. It's not taken.
So, yesterday's
that is good.
nonsense.
What is it?
the schmoes.
Yesterday's nonsense podcast.
I like
What about yesterday's nonsense today?
I don't know. I didn't type that in. I
No,
probably
I'm
could. I
asking
just-
like for a name. Like, it's gotta have a ring. You know.
Yeah. I'm okay. I just want yesterday's nonsense in there just because it makes sense. Because for one, we're talking about stuff that makes no sense. And two,
Yeah.
why not
And they give
pretend
them
like we did it yesterday?
Yesterday's nonsense with Joseph Dangle and
Brian.
What about yesterday's nonsense tomorrow?
That's what I said.
Oh shit!
Because that's technically today, right? We're on the same page. I'm not laughing. I'm happy.
This
We're
is
on the
a really
same
good
page.
name.
I like your idea.
This is a good name.
I actually really think it is.
Yeah, we have gold here. This
Yesterday's tomorrow in nonsense.
No, yesterday's nonsense tomorrow. Right?
YNT.
all in favor.
Oh,
Ooh, wait, say that again?
YNT. Yesterday's nonsense tomorrow. The YNT podcast.
I like it.
Boom. That's got a good ring.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus! I actually
Great.
gotta write that down.
Great, I already did. Great things happen when we're pressured.
We're not pressured though.
Well-
do not piss Joseph Bondango off.
Brian, you
Thank
scare
you for
me.
that.
You genuinely scare me.
Because I don't want to be put in free speech jail.
Oh, wait. Pat,
Yo,
what's the abbreviation for the Young Turks?
TY, the Young Turks, TYT.
Okay, yeah, okay, good. I just saw YNT and had flashbacks.
Yeah, no, we're never
good.
safe, but I think we're good right now.
You don't want to know. That's a whole nother episode. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna be honest.
Genocide.
I don't know what you're saying. I mean, to be honest, I really didn't expect us to come up with the name that quickly, and especially have one we all agreed upon.
Yeah, that's
So,
that's strange, but
it doesn't matter. That's our name.
All in favor?
I.
I
Aye.
I
Just want to give Joe a hard time.
I know. But like I said, I'm 51% stock in this. So,
so it doesn't really matter what we say.
Tipping.
no, it's not that you don't matter. I mean, I really couldn't do this without you guys. But
Well,
Have 49%.
we
49%
almost
of
have
what?
a majority. We're like
Oh yeah.
a lot off, but yeah.
But we're all shareholders, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We getting our dividends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
are we getting our capital credit?
It's in the
All
mail.
about the money.
Give me the money. Give me the money.
All right.
all right. So in a non political way, I thought maybe one of the things that we could touch on that you don't ever really hear anything about, but is happening, is we have a new branch of the military, and it is called the Space Force. Anybody want to jump into that? Try to make sense of that?
Well,
I
Never gonna happen.
I mean,
But it's happening now.
It's
and it's
happening.
weird because what is the point? And I'm not against or for it. I'm just kind of like waiting for something to happen. But
well, I think where we're trying to go with this is America's trying to be on the cutting edge of everything, you know? And the Space Force, I mean, we got Elon Musk sending, Falcon Heavies out all over the place. I think we're trying to be the first out there, I mean, the first mover advantage. And
yeah.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you're not first, you're last. Quoting Ricky Bobby.
Yes, exactly. But I mean, is it feasible? I mean, because how many other nations in the world can wrangle the resources to actually go up there and race us to the Space Force?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not like it was back in the day. I mean, I'm not taking anything against Russia, but I think we're probably more advanced than they are.
I feel like we are too. I mean,
And in all honesty, we don't have to worry about Uganda beating us there.
who?
I know.
China.
This kind of went political.
No, not really.
I mean,
I mean,
it's more like science. It's more definitely science.
Our president watched Toy Story and said, I love Space Force.
That is a fair opinion. That is a fair opinion. But I'm more focused. I want contact with fucking aliens. I want moon jelly. I want all the things in space that aren't here. What?
I
No,
want
that's
Jedi's.
yeah. I want that's what I'm saying. Is there an MOS in the Space Force like 15J? You're a fucking Jedi.
Oh, like recreate the 501st. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, like Death Troopers. Come on.
Oh,
Are we gonna build Star Destroyers or are we gonna build fucking boring stupid typical space shuttles that have like the fucking tubes on them.
Well, one of the
At first, yeah, typical space shuttle.
Yeah, are we gonna have TIE fighters or are we gonna have fucking space submarines? Like, I want cool shit.
Well,
What's the point?
can I interject here, like,
Yeah.
really quickly? I saw somewhere they were proposing, or, some news, like, some news outlet was saying something about, like, the outfits they would be wearing out in space. And they were woodland camo. I mean,
What?
and everybody was having a field day with it. It's like, what would
Well,
you...
I do know that they're pulling from all the other branches. I think mainly between the Army and the Navy.
And yeah, and I think it's just they're just kind of pulling because that's the norm. But in space, well, honestly, in space, probably nothing stands out. Like, I can't see that piece of garbage over there floating by that asteroid when I am taking my shuttle and orbiting around Earth's closest moon. I can't see it. So
yeah, 'cause when you bring
technically,
it, because
anything's camouflage. Sorry, Joe.
because oh no, you're fine. No, that makes sense because of the light isn't the same intensity that it is on Earth.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't. Would you even technically need camouflage? That's probably a good question. I mean, you probably would if you were in direct light, but I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, one could argue: would you even need clothes out in space?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I mean,
Absolutely not.
Other
it is
than
probably cold.
the life support stuff.
Space Commando.
Hey, yeah, space commandos.
I actually know
Ooh,
the
let's
science
change our name.
of having exposed body in space, and
Yeah.
Freeze.
you'll freeze, but not only that, it's a vacuum. It's so pressurized that your body will actually start it'll start like constricting in weird ways.
So
And all your veins and like just your muscles and weird body shit will actually like compress.
so that means all of us guys.
Like, you know those. I'm sorry.
All of us guys who go up there, our dicks are gonna shrink.
Not necessarily. Like, you know those kids' toys, those like jelly balls in those mesh nets?
Yes.
And when that's what would happen to you. If you squeeze that jelly ball, that's essentially what would happen to you.
Well, I'm
Like,
not,
your eyeballs would pop out and you would suffocate and freeze and be a jelly ball.
Okay, I think I'm staying here on Earth.
Yeah, I have no want or need to go up there. I had a physics teacher one time. Like, there was a shuttle coming back in, and we were watching that in class for some reason.
Oh, nice.
And he just turns to the class like, yeah, those guys have more stones than I do. And then he just went back to doing like this like derivation of like electric or like magnetism and electricity or something ridiculous. It was-
Oh man. Oh.
His passion fruit.
Yep, that's what he meant, Ryan.
Low hanging fruit.
But this leads me, and this is kind of sort of why I brought it up.
Yeah.
But like, if you get militarily involved in space exploration,
Yeah.
looking at our defense budget being what, like 700, is it million or billion? It's something ridiculous.
Probably billion.
It's
Annually,
brilliant.
like, how long until there's a Yankee Stadium on Mars or the moon? How long until Metallica is playing a halftime show on the dark side of the moon? Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Finally, somebody asking the important questions.
that's
I
what
like
I'm
it.
saying.
Yes.
Am I going to hear Ride the Lightning on Mars?
In our lifetime, yes.
In our lifetime, right.
Yes.
Or more accurately, in Metallica's short lifespan.
I want to hear
Well-
Oblivion in space.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, actually. Such a good album. But
See,
Yeah.
I kind of had like a whole nother train of thought when it comes to space exploration. Like,
Yeah.
what if? Because a lot of people like think like eventually Earth will be uninhabitable and we'll have to terraform another planet or whatever. What if we could shuttle anything up to space? What if we cleared our landfills and just put that if we proved that there was no life on Mars and it was desolate and we couldn't terraform it, what if we shipped our landfill, like our garbage, to Mars and used that as our landfill and cleaned up our own planet?
That would be awesome, but think about the cost in fuel to get trash to another place.
Yes.
That's
Well,
what I mean.
we're exploring space anyway. I mean, what's the point of us?
Well, have
A lot of it has to do with like cost ratios and stuff. I mean, because if you, at least I think in order to get the amount of trash up to space for it to really be a difference, the cost would be enormous in both fuel and manpower and even the ship in general just to get it up into there. The amount of thrust would be insane.
well, have you guys heard of space elevators or escalators, which are basically they're tubes from Earth, and they're built way out into the atmosphere, and they're put into a geosynchronous orbit.
Okay.
This whole trash thing has been theorized with these, space elevators, escalators. They would cost a lot of money. And it's
Wait.
basically we take our trash and we build these huge tubes to outer space, and they are in geosynchronous orbit with the Earth. All that trash gets pushed up there, and then it's gone out in space.
And then is there like a space garbage truck that goes by?
No.
And then
That's the thing. One of the big things about space right now is all the trash that is orbiting Earth right now, dead satellites, space rockets, everything like that. I mean, it's a big concern.
Yeah, because that does make sense because even if you throw trash up there, it's got to go somewhere. Whether it gets stuck in the orbit or comes back into the ozone or comes back into the atmosphere and gets burned up, it does have to go somewhere.
It does, yes.
I never thought of that. That's a good point.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were fucking with me when you said space elevator.
Well,
Because
But this is a real thing.
it is. I mean, it's like a theoretical thing, but at the same time, it's
Oh, sorry, go
totally
ahead.
possible with our technology. It might cost billions of trillions of dollars, but somebody can do it. I mean, I'll just leave us at that. Kind of.
Now, could you know how like when you're what I want to say, when you're in space, it creates a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
Could you use the pull from that vacuum to help bring stuff up to space?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily a vacuum like a.
Well, no,
like a-
I know it's not like a Dyson, but what I'm saying is, could you get to a point where you know how like when you're calculating like thrust going up, basically your acceleration increases because the mass of your fuel decreases. So could you have the same thing? So as you go up, like the force required to push up gets to a point where the force becomes less because you're going further and further up into space because the gravity is essentially less.
that would actually be pretty cool.
I feel like that would figure into the equation too. We also have to figure in the rotational, magnitude of, the Earth. And I'm sitting here saying this like, I love math and everything and stuff, but some of this stuff is beyond me, and this is kind of it. But, as that junk goes further and further out from that space elevator, which is located orthogonally to Earth, it's going to have like less force acting on it, so it's going to be easier and easier as it goes up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was. Yeah.
Oh.
You just explained it a lot simpler than I did. Good job.
I don't know. This just makes me think of like different conspiracy theories and strange things I've pondered. I don't know why. I don't know. Space is weird.
It
The
is.
thought of it, the existential like crisis I have every time I think or look up and just see, you know, like people just get so caught up in like their everyday, like their work grind, their school grind, you know,
Yeah.
just like the culture and society that they're stuck in, and then like to actually intentionally pull yourself out of that and to think, you know, that there are just billions and trillions of places and possibilities out there. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird thought.
Yeah, it's a good way to conceptualize infinity, you know?
Like the idea that if you think of a scenario, then you, just by having that thought, actually you created a dimension, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, it's just weird to me. I don't know. Existentialism is it's weird, and we're like teetering on that, like with this whole Space Force thing. That's the only reason why I brought it up. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting, and I could see it getting to the point where eventually something like that does happen. Just because it just seems to be the way things are trending, especially with the privatization of like space flights and things like that. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, people have been paying money towards that too.
A lot.
I know there's a lot of different companies that invested into it, invested in the technology to basically create whatever needed to get people to Mars. And people, without these companies actually doing it yet, people have bought tickets,
Yeah.
like hundreds of thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
you know, and they're waiting like 20, 40 years, basically without like a time to actually embark on this crazy journey, and they're dropping all this money on it.
Yeah. And I mean, there was even at one point, like 2 years ago, there was like a GoFundMe for the first, you know, porno in space. You know,
That's
I
real though.
contributed.
it is 100% real, and it was with Johnny Sins. Yes, but
I love the dramatic pause after the name.
thank you. Nobody knows who he is. I know you all do. I know you all do. But
Is he the bald guy?
yes.
Oh my god. Yo, you two are fucking shot.
I just think it's funny that Tony
Yeah.
finally talks as soon as someone mentions
A male porn star. Tony's like, yeah, the bald one.
Tony.
now we're in my
conversation. Yep.
Well,
He's the bald one with the Jacob's ladder.
He is.
I mean, in all reality, there are many great male porn stars like Jordi El Pollo Loco, Small Hands.
Are you making these names up right now?
I am not. I'll stop while I'm
Who named
ahead.
themselves Small Hands?
I don't know his name. It's just, and his hands aren't even that small.
Do you call him Small Hands, or is his name Small Hands?
Whoa.
Okay,
They look small in this
that is
picture.
stepping across the line there, my man. But yeah, his
Alright.
name is Small Hands. I don't know why. He has big hands. Bigger hands than I do.
Maybe that's why. Maybe it's a sarcastic, you know.
Yeah.
I think
nickname.
it
They
is.
call
Yeah.
like really big dudes, like Smalls
Yeah, like
or Tiny.
or what's his name? Small Hands.
Yeah.
First name.
It was like
Small.
Algonquin finger locker or something.
Thank you, Adam.
Alright.
I'm trying to contribute here.
Oh, you're doing a heck of a job. Mike.
Yo, I can't even with this. It's like we were talking about the Space Force, and now we're talking about male porn stars with tiny hands. Tony,
And that, yeah, I was about
Please,
to say,
please.
and that's going to lead us into a Tony topic. What do you got,
Yep.
brother?
what you got?
Yes.
Okay. So let's get back on track here. Let's get serious. Who's your guys' favorite Backstreet Boy?
Ooh. Okay. What about him?
You got AJ McLean,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Brian, whatever.
Ian.
Howie, Kevin.
Are you naming Backstreet Boys?
I
Yes,
am.
he is.
I am. Yes.
Unfortunately.
Fuck yes.
So I'm gonna lead and say my favorite is AJ, and yeah, let's go down the line.
I was always a Holly fan.
Nice.
Well, everybody knows that Backstreet's back, all right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I like the. My favorite would probably have to definitely be Dean Martin.
Whew. Wow.
Did you say Dean Martin?
Yeah.
He said,
Backstreet Boys.
he said Dean Martin.
Yeah, we're talking about the
I'll accept
Backstreet
it.
Boys.
I'll accept it. Sure.
I don't know what that means.
Second to Dean Martin would absolutely 100% be Tom Araya.
Yeah, Joe. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. No, that's not Dean Martin.
I don't know what is happening.
We're talking about the Backstreet Boys. Tony brought up the Backstreet Boys. Who's your favorite? Mine's Dean
Yeah.
Martin.
And Adam is trying to croon me.
AJ McLean. Sorry, Joe, but AJ McLean.
I'll AJ you're clean.
Is that a threat or promise?
Okay, no, that's not true at all.
I'm not necessarily against the Backstreet Boys.
No, Tony and I once
But they are
dated-
the Nirvana to the Backstreet Boys as Alice in Chains. Like,
Well,
or excuse me, in sync rather. All right, JC, okay, Chris, Joey, Fatone. Come on, bro. Timberlake. Let's go.
Timberlake. I'll give you Timberlake.
Come on.
yeah, he's
But as a
he's the
cohesive
only-
unit?
yeah, no,
Nobody harmonizes like the Backstreet Boys.
no.
No.
JT came out of him, but that was about it. Avi.
Yeah,
Chris-
yeah, but did the
Chris
Backstreet
Patrick, I
Boys
mean, give me a
perform
break.
and record with Elton John? Sir Elton John?
No,
I don't
but
know.
they were in This
What
Is
about
the End.
the Backstreet Boys record with Stevie Wonder? Bet you didn't see that one coming.
Damn it. You have to stop being that good, man. Come on.
What about I don't know, a little someone by the name of
Don't.
Phil Collins? Yeah. Take that.
NSYNC did not do all that.
Oh, they didn't? Well, then I guess they
Did they?
also didn't record with the one and only Gloria Estefan. No, this is bro. I am
No, he's on
No,
the
I'm not.
Wikipedia page right now.
no, I am not.
That's
you are.
cheating.
I am.
Yeah, you are.
No, the fuck, I'm
I
not.
was like, you're not this big of a fan. There's no way.
You guys are lying, like,
Dude.
straight up.
Oh,
Dude, that's gay.
No, it's not.
Dude, if
I know
Tony
this
just
off-
called you, dude, if
Yeah,
Tony just
well-
called you gay, you have nothing to happen right
he
now.
is a
Get outta here.
professional right now. Oh,
Get out of here. You
No,
guys
but-
don't know shit. You don't know shit.
You're
Once
out of
you-
control.
Yeah. Yeah, you all need to look at the man in the mirror.
that's a Michael Jackson song, and no, I don't
Thank
need
you.
to look at him
Thank you.
because he is a creep. The man in the mirror, like I look at that dude, I'm like,
Adam,
what?
I forgot Brian was even here.
What?
you, because I don't give two fucks about Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. You want to eat Matt's kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
How?
Okay. There.
How did we get into
okay,
this?
Okay.
Because-
Okay. No, what I have to say is we have to give some context to this. Okay. It is a pure survival situation. It is not just randomly.
But he
I
still
think
said,
that.
no, I know that. It's for survival, but he described it as he wants to put him on a spigot and eat the slow roasted meat off of his bones.
Okay, I think I need to qualify this.
That's what he said.
Okay,
He likes what he likes.
I need to qualify this first as Matt has 2 children, and I will only eat one of them.
Done, Jude.
In
It
a
really doesn't make it better
in
right now.
it's a survival thing.
know.
Jude would eat me if I died first.
Adam, I think you need to make a change for once in your life. A change that's going to feel real good and make a difference. Going to make things right, right? That's what I think.
I don't even know what that means.
You know,
For
I'm
once
just
in
saying,
your life.
Adam, just picture
For
yourself,
once in your life.
right? As you turn up your collar on your favorite winter coat, okay? The wind is blowing
Yep.
your mind.
Okay.
You see the kids in the street with, and with not enough to eat. Like, you can't eat the kids. You got to ask yourself, who am I to be so blind to want to eat Jude?
Well,
Once again, context. He's not hanging out at the park in like right now when there's a McDonald's
Right.
down the street. This is like an
Those-
apocalyptic
yeah.
situation.
That absolutely wasn't the lyrics to Man in the Mirror either. Like, that was straight from my heart. Like, I meant that. I was trying to help Adam.
You weren't part of that conversation, Joe. You were ignoring us.
I wasn't ignoring you. I just didn't care.
Joe's not a one-man soul. Or a broken bottle top.
Adam brought that up right after Matt said it. Guys, I just had to talk with my son.
Yeah.
Dad brought up, I want to eat Jude.
fake news.
No, it's not. You need to start with the Man in the Mirror. You need to ask him to change
Okay.
his fucking ways, bro, is what you need to do. Okay? No message you'll ever get could be any clearer either. Like, you really need a better place.
Damn it, Pat.
Like, take a look at yourself, bro. Na 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 na.
That is a good song. I love that song. Oh, you're making this hard, Pat.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to make the world a better place, like,
Take a look at yourself and
So,
something. But okay,
it's all black and white.
okay. So Jude, Matt, and I are in an elevator. It gets stuck.
okay. Okay.
We call somebody.
Matt first.
What?
I would eat Matt first.
Does it matter if Matt's Asian?
No, because
Oh.
what we gotta ask is,
Like sweet and sour chicken.
Oh
what
my
would
god.
what would a wild animal do first? They would eat the weakest member of the pack.
Exactly.
Okay.
And this happens to be the kid.
And Matt agrees with me on this. And it's his own son.
Jude
I'm
is
just
more
saying,
badass
like-
than Matt.
No, but it depends on how you look at it. Like, if you look at it from a morality standpoint, yeah, you probably shouldn't eat the kid. But if you look at it from like a natural instinct, yeah, that kid's gonna get chomped on, bro.
Exactly.
But Matt is meatier. You
No,
get
he's-
more.
No, he's not.
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that too. Matt
Matt
is
drinks too much. He probably tastes like shit.
exactly. That's why I'm
Probably.
eating Jude first. Okay, so me,
Eat
Jude,
yourself first.
huh?
What?
I'm not gonna
Why'd
eat
you do that?
myself.
Yourself.
I'm
Why would
not
you
gonna
do
eat
that?
myself, Brian. Because then I can't
dumb.
eat Jude.
You just want to eat Jude.
Oh,
I wonder if like different like countries' people taste different, like from a cannibal perspective. Like, do French people taste different than British people because of their like national dishes and what they eat?
I've wondered that too,
Yeah.
Pat.
I would eat human meat.
I would too.
taste it. There was an article, a guy lost his leg in a car accident, asked the doctors to keep his leg, and he prepared the meat
Mm-hmm.
and made tacos
Yep.
for his friends out of his leg meat.
Yep. I read that.
I would have eaten that. I would have eaten it.
It tastes like pork. Apparently.
Apparently, you just said it tastes like pork, and then hesitated and apparently in there, like it was a hot dog.
Well, I haven't eaten human yet. I mean, at all.
That.
You've eaten
Yeah.
pork,
Thank you.
so it probably tastes like pork.
I've never eaten pork. I'm Jewish. Dick.
Jews can eat pork.
No, they
Hindus
can't.
eat pork.
Dick.
Brian, he's not even Jewish.
Jews
No.
can eat pork.
No. Hindus can't eat beef, Dick.
Muslims can't eat pork.
Jews can eat pork. Yeah, Muslims can't.
Wow.
My cousin's Jewish. My uncle's Jewish.
I was really
Oh,
hoping you were
of
going to say your
course
cousin
he
was
is.
Muslim.
Does he eat a
I'm
cheeseburger?
part Jewish. I have a piggy bank in my room that's called Jew.
Do
It
you
saves my money.
do you eat cheeseburgers? No, because you cannot eat meat that has been cooked in the milk of its mother. It's gross, yeah, but Jews do it. They don't do it. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm listening.
So, going back to the topic of space exploration.
Jesus, Adam.
Well,
Jesus.
I just kind of wanted to bring into the forefront the Drake equation.
The what?
The Drake equation, which basically is an equation, a mathematical equation that computes the probability of life in a given solar system. And it's basically n equals r star times fp times ne times fi times fl times fc times l.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck does that mean?
And Joe, do you want to take this?
I have never heard of this, but this is I just hopped on the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
This is absolutely fascinating.
Drake equation, yeah. So it's basically it takes n, the number of civilizations in our galaxy which we could communicate with, possibly, equals the average rate of star formation times the fraction of those stars that actually have planets times the average number of those planets which could support life. It's basically taking a large function of all of these variables that decrease in probability and basically find the probability of life in a certain galaxy.
Vicinity, sector, area.
Yeah, and it's cool.
That is pretty cool. Like, yo, what if we do find life, and it's just like people that look like us? Like it's just human people.
I think that would be interesting. I wouldn't know their motives. What would they do? They'd look at us, they'd be like, oh, those people are idiots, We're smarter than them. But at the same time, we'd sit there and be like, oh, that guy fucking cut me off at the red light, like, fuck him,
But what if it is us, but we've time traveled?
Damn.
Through space.
Wow.
That is
Tony just-
actually
High
a.
enough to
Tony-
talk about time travel.
Tony just
That is interesting.
Tony
you
just
guys
dropped a
out.
truth bomb on us,
Wait, what was it?
and we're not ready for it.
Like, it just reminded me. You might know about this, Adam. And like, say if you were to actually travel the speed of light, like you're going so much faster than say if you have like a fixed point on Earth, and if you're traveling the speed of light around the Earth, what was it? Like time will actually go by differently because you are moving so fast compared to that person at that fixed point.
So
Can't remember what that theory is called.
So you're saying time dilates as the speed of light. Time dilates as the speed of light approaches.
Something like that. I heard it's once again we talked about it in the physics class because we got into
Damn.
because you're moving so much faster
Yes.
because you're covering so much more distance than the other person is in that point in time that there's no real ratio. You know what I mean? Like the ratio to time is just so much different because you're. Is that making sense?
That makes sense. Yes, I know. I can't place the theory to the name, and plus, my field of math and engineering is far beneath, yours.
Well, no, no. I mean, well, not really. I mean, I just.
But
I
I didn't have to take any physics classes, so
Oh, really?
no. Surprisingly, I took a bunch of math classes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Well. Yeah. I don't know. Like classical physics or like kinematics equation, all that stuff was boring to me. Statics, I hate statics, but
Yeah.
like when you actually get like the real like theoretical math of like electricity and magnetism and just all the things that surround that, that's when it's fascinating because the math is just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
It
bet-
looks like that theory is a special relativity.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
That's, thank you. Yep. Yeah. Look into that. I spent about an hour and a half in a McDonald's lobby with one of my classmates just discussing that one night at like 10 o'clock. It was obnoxious.
Joe, on a quick side note, is one of your classes going to have to be complex analysis?
I believe there's something like that. Yes.
Nice. I love complex numbers. Okay.
Yeah, me too. It's fun. It's like a whole math that's called imaginary.
Yeah, and yeah.
Okay, so I feel like we just nerded out on math for a while. Anybody wanna
Sorry
talk
about that. Sorry.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
I
guys.
can't math. Math is definitely not my strong suit.
I'm with you, Pat.
See,
I haven't said anything.
math, it's just like a language, you know. The more that you use it, the more that you comprehend it, and the more that you comprehend it, it just starts to flow out of you.
That's true. Yeah.
Math is beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And just the sheer thought of like even just Newton relating gravity to numbers is just it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's wonderful.
yeah. Totally.
Where'd you get this?
Math is retarded, and it doesn't agree with me.
You make it sound like you just ate a bowl of cheese.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Math is a cold, full of solidified cheese. That is just, it's just.
Yes, Brian. I was actually just about to call upon you.
Facebook. Scrolling through Facebook. And,
I hate Facebook so much.
Danielle.
Yep.
Bolu.
I don't know.
Cosplay model.
Yep.
I don't know. It's Tony's. Natalie. It's
What?
a bunch of elves.
Brian, what did you just say?
I didn't want to talk about math anymore.
Brian, that made you. I love you. Love you so much.
Sorry about that. Yeah, we don't need to nerd out about math right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we're
But you
done.
can look at her up though. It's pretty
no,
good pictures.
Okay, cool. Brian likes this cosplay model. So who else has something they want to get off their chest here?
I'd like to share something.
Yes.
So
This
kind
is-
of going full circle here. Small hands actually kind of looks like Dane Cook.
It might be Dane Cook since
Just
he kind of
way
dropped off
more
the face of the earth.
Well,
Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'd like to comment more on small hands, but my wife is here, so.
Hi, Katie.
Sorry, I'm ruining the fun.
Yeah,
She's sorry she's ruining the fun.
I should have stayed out all night.
You're not ruining the fun. Adam already did that.
I already ruined the fun, apparently.
Yo, why can't you talk about small hands in front of your wife?
I got a subject.
Okay.
Great.
why
That is
one of our founder members is not here today.
what is that? Oh,
This is true.
Okay.
okay.
Matthew the Jew.
Okay.
Yep, he earned that nickname this evening.
I can tell you exactly why he's not here today.
Tell us.
Okay. Because last night he went out drinking with a friend till like 4 in the morning. And he was too tired. That's it.
Wah, wah, wah.
I know,
That
right, Tony?
was-
Pussy? He's a pussy.
Oh wait, Adam. I thought you said that he had a date with a mid-sized breasted blonde woman.
Yes, I don't know if that's tonight or, tomorrow night, because I was talking to him earlier today on my lunch break, and she didn't text him back yet.
Yeah, she ghosted his ass.
Probably. They were both drunk. They were both wasted.
She probably thought he was Glenn from Walking Dead.
Well, I doubt that, because his eye was still in his socket, so...
The actor, silly.
What? But that's not Glenn from The Walking Dead.
I'm talking about when, Negan hit the dude with the bat.
Well, that's what I mean. Glenn from The Walking Dead is
Glenn's
the
dead.
character. Yeah.
Are you guys talking to me?
Yeah, no, I'm saying that Glenn from Matt is Glenn from The Walking Dead. He's not the actor from Glenn from The Walking Dead. So I agree with your assumption in the fact that he was missing an eye.
Yeah, Matt does look like Glenn from The Walking Dead a lot,
Thank you.
come to think of it. I wonder if Matt was actually, like, the Asian kid from Goonies and the Asian kid from Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones. That's his name in
That's...
Hey, Tony.
Yo.
Can I have my headphones back? My earbuds are gonna die.
Sure.
You're in your room, so you don't need headphones.
Have you,
Well, yeah.
Oh, yes, you do. Sorry, that was
Okay.
off topic.
No, it's cool. I can actually edit it out, but I was going to probably just call it.
Yeah, 'cause I have
Yeah, I gotta.
working right now.
Yeah, I gotta get off.
Okay.
I'm getting fucking bitched at by a pregnant woman, so I gotta go tend to that.
My pregnant woman's sleeping, so I don't have to.
Yeah, well, mine was, but God forbid I'm not up there.
Okay.
This was cool.
Don't rub her belly.
Yeah, I'm about to. With peanut butter.
On a note, just for Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
my wife told me something.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's true or not, and I don't really care to do this. But if you take olive oil and rub it
Yep.
on the skin,
I'm listening.
butthole, and vagina,
I'm
it
listening.
makes it softer and it won't rip.
Really?
The fuck?
Yeah, really.
All right, and
Really?
with Ryan's medical knowledge, we're going to call that the podcast for the evening. So,
All right. That
if,
was a
you,
good
if you guys have any
podcast.
question, contact Brian, the athlete/MD, and he'll be more than willing to take your money and insurance payments. So,
Dr. Davis, that
he's still talking.
will take.
Yep.
Send your.
Dr. Davis, the gynecologist.
All right. Well, this was all nonsense. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see you again. And next thing you know, I got nothing. Stay safe out there, kids. Keep your skis together.